Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, welcome everyone. My name is Ali Rahman Al Arif, and so in this video, I will share to you my 7 essential tips for learning to code for beginner. Alright. So, first of all, are you excited to learn to code? But every time you start, you feel completely overwhelmed, and you see endless language and frameworks and tutorials, and you have no idea where to even begin. If that sounds like you, and thought, then you're in the right place, right? And so in the next of 10 minutes, I'm going to share to you 7 essentials or like tips or like our tutorial until you find the spirit to learn to code until you have a spirit to start your coding journey in the right foot, and more importantly, keep you going when things get tough. So it isn't about magic shortcuts, but about building a solid foundation for success. So grab a coffee and let's get started. First of all, tip number one: find your why. All right. Okay, and this is the most important one. Before you write a single line of code, before you even choose a language, you need to ask yourself one question: why do I want to learn this? Seriously, be specific. Is it to build a website for your small business? Is it to create a mobile app if you've been dreaming of? Is it to change job and become a software developer? Or is it maybe just to automate some boring tasks at your current job? Your way is your fault. Learn to code is challenging. There will be days when you feel stuck, frustrated, and want to quit, and you will get stuck. Everyone does. One those days, remembering why you started this is the only thing that will push you forward. So take a minute right now, or write it down, put it on sticky note and your monitor and your laptop, your computer. Your way is your roadmap and your motivation. Tip number two, pick one language and stick with it. Alright. So the next biggest trap for beginner is analysis paralysis. Spending weeks trying to decide on the perfect first language. Let me tell you a secret. Your first language doesn't matter as much as you think. The core concepts of programming, like variables, loops, and functions, are transferable. Once you learn them in one language, pick up a second one is 10 times easier. Alright. Uh, oh, so how do you choose based on your why? If you want to build websites and create interactive experiences, start with JavaScript along with its base frame, HTML and hypertext multi-language, and CSS. You can't go wrong here. Alright. But if you're interested in data science like AI, automation, or you just want a really versatile and beginner-friendly language, just start in Python, right? So pick one of these two. To look back, commit to learning the fundamentals for the next maybe about 3 or to 6 months. The goal isn't learn a language; it's learn how to think like a programmer. Okay, learn how to programmer works. So, tip number three: be a master the fundamentals. Right? You can't build a skyscraper on a weak foundation. Standing with them straight into a fancy framework like React or Vue because you want to build cool stuff now. But if you do that without understanding the basic, you will get hopelessly lost. The fundamentals are your foundation. in every language. This means maybe in variables like variables and data types, how to store information, and conditional statement like how to make decisions with if, else if, and else, and how to loops, how to repeat action with for and while, and function, how to group your code into reusable blocks. And don't just read about them or watch a video. Open your code editor and play with them. Create a variable, write a loop that counts to 10, make a function that adds two numbers, break your code, see the bug, and then fix it. This hands-on practices is not negotiable. So uh, you have to try to code more and more until you can be master in the fundamentals, right? So tip number 4, build and build, right? So this might be most powerful tip on this list. You have to stop the tutorial cycle. Tutorials are great for learning station tasks, but they don't teach you how to solve problems, right? Projects do. As soon as you have a basic grasp of the fundamentals, start building something. It doesn't have to be next. It doesn't have to be next Facebook. Start from the small project like a simple calculator, create a digital version of rock, paper, scissors, make a basic to-do list, and build a one-page driver website for your favorite movie. Finishing projects. Finishing project is far more valuable than a folder full of half-finished tutorials, right? So, in the tutorial, not teach you how to solve the bug. So, the only one that can solve the problem is the bug is you, just you, the code writer, correct? And tip number 5: embrace the struggle and learn to debug. Welcome to Relative Coding. 90% of your time will not be spent writing brilliant new code. It will be spent figuring out why the code you just wrote doesn't work. This is called debugging. Beginners see an error message and think I fail. A professional sees an error bug message and thinks great, a clue. And bug is your friend in the computer trying to tell you exactly what's wrong, and your job is to become a detective. Okay, the first thing that you have to do is the read the bug, right? Aloud. It often tells you the exact line number where the problem is. So after that, Google it. It's up to you with type coding AI agent like GPT or Black Cloud AI or something like that. You are not the first person to see that. So, uh, or maybe if you can ask someone that expert in code, because you are not the first person that see the bug. Copy it, paste it into Google, and find a solution on a site like Stack Overflow. And this isn't cheating; it's how all developers work. And the three things, use the rubber duck method. This sounds silly, but it works. Explain your code line by line to an any inanimate object like a rubber duck. You'll often find the mistake yourself just by explaining it. And tip number 6: find a community. When you're part of community, you realize that everyone struggles. You can ask one of them for help when you're stuck for hours and on a bug, and you can help others with problems have you have already solved it, which reinforces your own learning. So the the last tip, yeah, I mean tips number 7: be consistent. All right. My final tip is about momentum. Learning to code is like learning a musical instrument or a new spoken language. You can cram it all in one weekend. Okay, Maybe 25 minutes every day is infinitely better than 5 hours on just Saturday, one day in week, right? So daily practice build a habit. It keeps the concept fresh in your mind and makes it easier to pick up when where you left off, right? Even if you have only 15 minutes, use it to review a concept or fix one small bug. Okay? And this create a positive feedback loop, and the more consistent you are, the more you learn, the more you learn. So the more you learn, the more motivated you are to stay consistent. It all works together. So maybe that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.